The thing about these young LA shirts is that like they fit amazing, right? Oh my God. They cost so much. If only I could get a sponsorship. Anyways, I'm gonna teach you how to not waste your first year lifting. This is my third year, right? Taking it seriously. I started lifting around 2020. I was 18 and I didn't like how I looked, so I just started lifting. If you want to get some details about how that went for me and that journey, there's a bunch of videos on my channel that you can see about that. But I want to direct all of the knowledge that I've picked up, all the mistakes I've picked up, and all the things I've done right to essentially build the physique that I have now. I want to ensure that if you are just now getting into lifting, you know all this stuff. Having the advantage of knowledge about what to do correctly and what to avoid is going to set you apart from every one of your friends who thinks they're going to become a gym influencer. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing I need to mention is to work with intent and go in with a plan. A lot of young guys have a habit of first working out because they were inspired by someone they know or an influencer that they saw online. And you know, that applies to me as well. I never want to see the gym be gate-kept or lifting be gate-kept for only a certain number of people. I think that's corny. Anyone and everyone should be able to experience getting a healthier lifestyle, healthier body, all of that. But the problem is when people first start to go work out, they're completely aimless, doing nonsense exercises, not counting reps or sets. They'll do a couple of bicep curls until it burns, or hop on the bench press or the squat rack and proceed to do the worst form imaginable. And you know, that's okay, that's where a lot of people start. That's where I started. And granted, you'll still see growth from this, but you're essentially developing bad habits for the future. This is how you end up as a dude in his mid-30s, 40s, doing the same horrible form on the bench and severely undertrained legs. Here's the thing though, you don't have to go into the gym expecting to become some world-class bodybuilder or powerlifter, because that's just not what most people are looking for. But you should be going into the gym daily knowing what your goal is, what your plan for the day is. And for most people, that's just an aesthetic physique. My first goal ever, the whole reason I wanted to start working out, was because I wanted to fill out my shirt sleeves. And you know, this shirt does a good job of that. So you need to follow a plan that's conducive to reaching that goal. If you want to become more aesthetic, have a more aesthetic physique, you can watch the 60-second six-pack video on YouTube, but that's not really gonna get you any closer to your goal. And the easiest life, honestly, I feel like this is one of the, I'm gonna put like a golden nugget counter on this video, and it's gonna be every one of the major points that you need to do if you want an advantage over everyone else. The first golden nugget is follow a program. A program is essentially just a list of exercises over a certain amount of time. Now, the programs that I follow, I have gotten my hands on completely for free, and they're written by people who are much smarter than me and know a lot more about exercise science and all of that. Literally following any structured program will lead to results if you're in your first year. And it also gives you a pretty easily structured plan to go into every day with, so you're not just doing bicep curls in the squat rack. Anyone who's watched a Sam Sulek video over the past year knows about the mandatory bulk. Now, if you are getting into working out and you're skinny or skinny fat or whatever, ectomorph, whatever that terminology is to you, it is mandatory. I feel like it's necessary that you go on a bulk in order to start reaching that goal of an aesthetic physique, a stronger deadlift, whatever it is that you want. You cannot get bigger muscles without putting on weight. Like, you can't generate the matter. It has weight to it. There's too many people out there who think they'll look better by losing weight. I am currently 193 to 194 pounds. I was about 145 to 155 in high school. My physique looks objectively better than it did then. And even then, my stomach had a little bit of flab on it, but not that much. I've always been skinny. But the thing is, weight does not equal bad. Weight is literally the number on the scale. What people confuse weight for is body fat. The higher your body fat percentage, generally the less aesthetically pleasing your physique will look. But even still, you need to put on weight if you want to build muscle. Really break it down to its core level. Bulking is the simple process of eating in a caloric surplus. Caloric surplus is just eating more calories than you're burning throughout the day, while training and recovering in order to build more muscle. You will inevitably gain body fat on the bulk, but that is simply how the process of bulking goes. All of the fitness influencers you see who are lean and big and muscular bulked at a certain point. All of them, not a single one of them didn't bulk. And if they didn't, it's because they probably started off at a more overweight level. And for most people that I know, and for myself, because this is where my expertise lies, I'm not overweight, didn't start off overweight. So if that doesn't apply to you, you need to bulk. Sleep, man. Sleeping and eating. This is probably, it's literally 60%, it's 67% of the equation. Building an aesthetic physique, putting on muscle, whatever it is that you want to look for, it is a 3-part equation: workouts, eating, recovery. If you don't have these two, you can't build muscle, literally. Now, I want you to envision this, right? Imagine someone who never charges their phone. They use it all day and they constantly have the apps open, but they never put it on the charger at night. And then they're surprised in the morning when their phone is constantly lagging and dies on them. If you're not sleeping enough, your body does not have the downtime to recover from your workouts, giving you little to no muscle growth, even if you're training hard and eating well. And I'm sure you hear this all the time from your parents, your teachers, whoever who tells you get your 8 hours of sleep a day. If you don't want to listen to them just because, they're an authority figure, be selfish. Do sleep a lot for the selfish reason of just wanting to look better. You will literally look better. Your testosterone, your hormones will be better. All of that stuff gets better when you get more sleep. If it wasn't natural to sleep and, the benefits of sleep existed, it would literally be a banned substance. It would be a performance enhancing drug. Now, me personally, I've had trouble sleeping since I was a toddler. If that applies to you as well, you need to find the workarounds and build up the habits that will make sleeping easier for you. If you want a video on that, please let me know. Another thing I want to mention is when people who are new to the gym overcomplicate things. They see some fitness influencer talking about, this is the secret hack to make your arms huge. Get to do this complicated thing that some CrossFitter does. Honestly, don't think that you're getting an edge over everyone else because you're doing some funky exercise that you found on Instagram. Start with your basic compound movements like the squat, bench, and deadlift, pull-ups, dips, and other basic bodybuilding exercises. Learn and improve on those with progressive overload, and you'll be a lot better off. Now, this is probably one of the more mentally challenging things that you'll face when you're in your first year lifting. It's gonna give you some animosity between family members and friends of yours, and it's probably one of the most important things that you need to consider your first year lifting. It's where you get your information from. This is a little bit more niche than all the other things I've talked about, but when you get into the world of strength sports and fitness or anything related to it, you're gonna be flooded with information from your family, from your friends, from social media, and random people that you meet at the gym. This is going to include a lot of good advice and also blatant misinformation. If you want good information, listen to people with a background in exercise science and nutrition who cite scientific studies. I don't want to sound like the science-based lifter gym bro Instagram, but literally if there's a tangible scientific proof of a certain thing that someone's telling you, then you should consider it. Be more skeptical of the random guy on YouTube who tells you that, carbs will give you brain tumors next year, or that intermittent fasting with 2 ounces of goat liver is gonna give you steroid-like gains. Or maybe your uncle that tells you creatine is an anabolic steroid. I personally can't believe when I heard someone utter this, but whey protein takes 5 years for you to digest. And when you ask them to explain themselves, they can't explain why. They just say, scientists find out, or they said, or they're saying, they said on the news. They can never give you evidence as to why. And then not just when it comes to nutrition and stuff like that, but also when it comes to certain lifts like the squat or the deadlift have the worst reputation among pseudoscientists in your family who think that, if you deadlift, your spine will spontaneously combust for some reason. A lot of people have very weird misconceptions, and you should take their comments with a grain of salt and refer to people who have actually worked in the exercise science industry and refer to scientific evidence when making a claim. And for me, my go-tos for that sort of information are guys like Jeff Nippard, Dr. Mike, Derek for More Plates, More Dates, Alexander Bromley when it comes to powerlifting, and also House of Hypertrophy. All these guys are people I feel I can trust if I want to make an informed choice or an informed decision when it comes to anything exercise or diet based. But of course, even these guys, take their advice with a grain of salt and see if it's even applicable to you. Overall, this is a lot of information to take in. You've probably already watched a gym related video before this, and you're gonna watch another gym related video after this. I know I was the same way, and I kind of still do that sometimes. But the thing you need to keep in mind if it's your first year lifting is enjoy the process. You're only gonna have your newbie gains once, and it's fun, it's exciting. You're literally changing the flesh on your body. That's the coolest thing ever, especially if it's something that you're interested in doing for a long time. I know that ever since that first year of me working out, I'm gonna work out till I'm an old man. I'm gonna work out till, as long as my body will allow me to, because it's fun, it's a fun hobby. But the thing is, you can't let it take over your life. At the end of the day, if you're not looking to become a professional athlete, this is your hobby. This is part of your lifestyle. It doesn't have to be the one thing that you talk about every single day, because at that point, you end up becoming like a weirdo gymcel, and I was that person as well before. If there's anything you think I missed in this video or any questions you still have as a newbie lifter, please drop them down in the comments and I will respond to you.